The rain in Luminara didn't fall that night. It attacked. Sheets of silver water slashed the streets, turning the glowing city into a trembling smear of light. Lanterns flickered like they were afraid. Windows rattled. Even the moon hid behind thick clouds, refusing to witness what was coming. I remember thinking the storm didn't bother me. Storms made the world quiet. I stood beneath a lonely street lamp, sketchbook open, charcoal staining my fingertips. I was trying to draw the skyline, but something was wrong. My hand kept trembling. The stars I usually sketched without thinking wouldn't come. Why can't I see them tonight? I tried to shake it off. Maybe I was tired. Maybe the storm was messing with me. Maybe... Then I heard it. Not thunder. Not wind. Something else. A soft, chiming hum, like a bell ringing underwater. My head snapped up. Through the curtain of rain, a faint lavender glow pulsed, slow, rhythmic, alive. A figure was running toward me. The boy with the moon lilies. He clutched a pot of glowing moon lilies to his chest, their light brightening with every step he took. His breath came out in sharp, panicked bursts. Even from a distance I could feel his fear. He kept whispering something, maybe a prayer, maybe a plea. He turned the corner and froze when he saw me. Dark hair plastered to my forehead. Rain bending strangely around me. Light warping like the world was holding its breath. They collided midair, twisting violently, sparking like lightning. The force yanked us both forward, dragging us toward each other as if the universe had hooked its fingers into our ribs. A gasp. My sketchbook hit the ground. The threads wrapped around our wrists, tightening, glowing brighter and brighter, until the entire street was drowned in gold and violet light. He stammered, "Hey, stop, what is this?" I told him I didn't know. But the truth? I wasn't afraid. I was drawn. The threads pulsed again harder, and he was pulled straight into my arms. Our chests collided. Our breaths mingled. Our hearts synced. And then, every lantern in Luminara went out. The city plunged into darkness. Except for us. Only our threads remained glowing. The whisper. He stared up at me, voice shaking. Why can I see your thread? No one's supposed to, I said. Not unless... I stopped, because something whispered. Not in my ears, in my bones. A voice, ancient and soft, curling through the air like smoke. Found. His eyes widened. You heard that too? Before I could answer, the threads tightened painfully, and a shockwave of light exploded between us. The ground trembled. The rain froze mid-air. Time itself held still. And then, everything went black. When the lights returned, the storm was gone. The street was silent. The air was warm. The moon was out. I was on my knees, breathing hard, staring at the glowing thread still wrapped around my wrist. He stood a few feet away, trembling, clutching the moon lilies now glowing brighter than ever. He whispered, barely audible, "What are you?" I lifted my head slowly. I was going to ask you the same thing. The thread between us pulsed once more. Alive. Awake. Unbreakable. And in that moment, we both knew, without understanding how. Nothing in Luminara would ever be the same again. A sudden sound echoed from the alley behind us. A footstep. Slow. Deliberate. Too calm for someone caught in a storm. Every muscle in my body locked. Before I even realized what I was doing, I yanked Kimtae behind me, shielding him with my body. The instinct hit so fast it startled even me. Kimtae grabbed my sleeve. "Wait. Who's there?" Another step, then a voice smooth, cold, amused in a way that made my skin crawl. "So, the threads chose you two." I felt Kimtae's fear like a shockwave. My jaw clenched. A tall figure stepped out of the shadows, wearing a long coat that shimmered like wet ink. His eyes glowed faintly, not human, not normal, not safe. Kimtae whispered, "You can see the threads?" The stranger smiled. "I can do more than see them." I stepped forward, shielding Kimtae with my body. "Who are you?" He tilted his head, studying us like rare specimens. "I've been waiting a long time for this," he said softly. "For the awakening." Kimtae's grip tightened on my sleeve. Awakening?" The stranger's smile widened. "Yes, the moment the star painter and the flower whisperer finally collide." I froze. Kimtae's breath hitched behind me. "How do you know who we are?" I demanded. He didn't answer. Instead, he lifted a hand, and the rain around us froze midair, suspended like glass beads. Kimtae gasped. My heart slammed against my ribs. The stranger whispered, "Your threads are only the beginning." The thread between us suddenly tightened violently, yanking us closer. Kimtae cried out. I grabbed him, steadying him. The stranger watched with unsettling fascination. "Beautiful," he murmured. "Unstable, but beautiful." I glared at him. "What do you want from us?" His eyes gleamed. "Everything." Before I could react, he snapped his fingers. The street shattered into darkness. My instincts roared. I grabbed Kimtae's hand, the only solid thing in the collapsing world, and ran. The thread burned between us, guiding us blindly through the void. Kimtae stumbled, breath ragged, but I didn't let go. "Where are we going?" he shouted. "Anywhere but here." Behind us, the stranger's voice echoed through the void. "Run while you can. The threads will bring you back to me." Kimtae's heart lurched. I tightened my grip. We burst out of the darkness and into the real world again, gasping, shaking, soaked, terrified. The stranger was gone, but the thread remained, glowing, alive, unbreakable. Kimtae collapsed to his knees, trembling. "Jeonguk, what is happening to us?" I knelt beside him, chest heaving. "I don't know," I whispered, "but I'm not letting anything happen to you." He looked up at me, eyes wide and vulnerable. "You don't even know me." I met his gaze, steady despite the chaos. "I don't have to. The thread chose us, and I'm not running from that." The moment we escaped the alley, the thread tightened again, not gently, but like a warning. Kimtae gasped. "It's burning." I grabbed his wrist. "Move." We sprinted through Luminara's glowing streets, but the city felt wrong. Too quiet, too still. Every lantern flickered as we passed, reacting to the thread's frantic pulse. Something was following us. Not footsteps, not breathing. A presence. Kimtae's voice shook. "He's still here." I didn't deny it. I felt it too, like cold fingers brushing the back of my neck. We ducked into an abandoned tea shop. I locked the door. Kimtae collapsed into a chair, clutching the moon lilies. "Why us?" he whispered. I knelt in front of him. "Because we're connected." "No," he said, shaking. "Because he knew us." Before bomb, the lights flickered violently, then went out. A voice whispered through the darkness. "Found you." I grabbed Kimtae's hand and ran again. We burst into the city square and froze. The Festival of Threads had begun. Hundreds of people stood beneath floating lanterns, celebrating the myth of soulmates. But tonight, something was wrong. Every lantern flickered the same colors as our thread, gold, and lavender. Kimtae's breath hitched. "They're reacting to us." I pulled him close. "Ignore it. Keep moving." But the crowd noticed. Gasps. Whispers. Fingers pointing. "They have a live thread." "Impossible. Look. Look at the glow." We reached the hill where I usually sketched. But tonight, the sky was empty. No stars. No moon. Just blackness. Kimtae's voice broke. "Jeonguk, your sky. It's gone." My chest tightened. He did this. The stranger appeared behind us without a sound. "Correct." Kimtae flinched. I stepped forward, fists clenched. "What do you want from us?" His eyes glowed. "I want what your thread can unlock." Kimtae whispered. "Unlock? What?" "The power to rewrite Luminara." The thread between us tightened more. The world exploded in light, and everything went silent. I woke in a single violent heartbeat. Cold stone beneath me. A vast obsidian chamber around me. The air humming with power. Kimtae lay beside me, unconscious but breathing. And at the center, the stranger. "You survived the awakening," he said softly. "Good. I need you alive." I pushed myself up, fury burning through me. "You're not touching him." He tilted his head. "You still don't get it. I don't want to harm. I want to use you both." Light burst from our wrists, shooting into the sky. The stars flickered back one by one, but they weren't normal. They formed a pattern, a symbol, a warning. Kimtae's voice trembled. "Jeonguk, what is that?" I stared, breath shaking. "I think it's us." The stranger stepped closer. "And that," he said softly, "is why you cannot escape me." The ground cracked beneath us. The thread blazed white-hot. Kimtae grabbed my shirt, terrified. "Jeonguk," I pulled him into my arms. "I've got you." Kimtae stirred. I immediately moved to shield him. "Jeonguk, where are we?" he whispered. "Somewhere he thinks we can't fight back," I murmured. "He's wrong." The stranger smiled. "Your thread is the strongest I've ever seen. Together, you can reshape Luminara." Kimtae shook his head. "We don't want that." "Oh, but the thread does," the stranger whispered. "It chose you for a reason." The thread pulsed violently. Kimtae gasped. I grabbed his hand. "It's reacting to him," he said. "No," I said, eyes narrowing. "It's reacting to us." The stranger's smile faltered. I stood, pulling Kimtae up with me. "You think this thread belongs to you, but it doesn't." Kimtae squeezed my hand, trembling but determined. "It belongs to us." The thread blazed gold and lavender, merging into white fire. The stranger stepped back, startled. What are you doing?" My voice was steady. Taking it back, Kimtae's voice joined mine, soft but unbreakable. Together, the thread spiraled around us, forming a column of light that cracked the obsidian floor. The chamber shook violently. The stranger screamed, "Stop, you'll destroy everything." I pulled Kimtae close, forehead to forehead. "Trust me, always," he whispered. We pressed our joined hands to the glowing thread and willed it to choose. Light exploded. The chamber shattered. The stranger's scream vanished. Silence. I opened my eyes to soft morning light. We were back on the hill overlooking Luminara. The stars were restored. The sky was whole. The city glowed peacefully. Kimtae lay beside me, head on my shoulder. The thread around our wrists was still there, but different. Warm. Gentle. "Ow. Kimtae, still. We made it?" I smiled softly. "We did." He looked at our wrists. "It's still here." "Yeah," I murmured. "But now it listens to us." His eyes softened. "So, what now?" I took his hand, intertwining our fingers. "Now?" I said quietly. "We live. Together.